Hello YouTube, hello friends and people in the virtual world, welcome back to Baggy's TMD. Don't forget guys to hit subscribe and smash that like button if you're enjoying the channel. Right, last weekend was Scale Model World 2022 at Telford. I was going to do a video for you guys, but I'd literally got like 5 hours to get around the whole show, so I prioritised looking at models and trying not to spend too much money, which is never a good thing because I wasn't supervised. So, who was there at Scale Model World 2022? Airfix were back after a few years hiatus due to the pandemic that was going around. They weren't there last year, but they were back this year, having a very interesting chat to one of the gents there on their stand about the vintage classic range. Having a good talk to him. By the sounds of it, Airfix have discovered more tooling than what everyone thought. What he was saying, they're piecing together all the tooling, seeing what they've got where, because obviously got various different factories. They're piecing it together. A little bit of information they were saying is, us modelers think that some of the tools have disappeared and are no use, but Airfix have found some of the very rare tooling that, like I say, that we think isn't around anymore. So it'd be quite interesting to see if they do the dinosaurs or the animals, stuff like that, the figurines. But like I say, talking to the chap, they've got more tooling than what we think they have. We think stuff's disappeared, and it hasn't. They've still got it. Also, like I say, talking to him for a good 10-15 minutes. Me and Mark, you've seen Mark in Baggy's videos when we've been running the layout. We're having a good talk for, like I say, a good 10-15 minutes with the chap. If they're finding some little discrepancies in the tooling now, it sounds like they're actually doing a little bit of work to the old toolings to get them spot on. So if there is a little bit of an issue with the tool, I know the Dove, sure it's the Dove that had got a little piece missing out of it from the old tooling, but it sounds like they're starting to do a bit of refining to the tools, and if something needs changing a little bit, having a little tweak, reverse engineering a little bit. So like I say, he was saying that hopefully there's some stuff that we're not expecting. So what can we expect in 2023, guys? I'm expecting a lot of vintage classic stuff, because that sounds something that they're pushing towards at the moment, and we are going to have some surprises, I reckon. So fingers crossed, guys, we're going to have some big surprises from the Airfix vintage classic range. You know my feelings on the vintage classic range, guys. I love it. I think it's a brilliant idea. Like I say, I was talking to the chap about it. There seems a lot of, how do we put it, a lot of interest in the vintage classic range from us modelers. I know there's been people going, it's vintage classic, it's rubbish, but majority of us modelers who can actually model are quite up for the vintage classic range. They'd also got their 148 scale Anson there on display, which looks absolute like pucker. It was a cracking looking model. I said to him, like, can you shrink rate to 1/72 scale? And by the sounds of it, they've had a lot of interest from modelers over the 2 days at Scale Model World for a 1/72 version of that Anson. So I reckon if there's enough of us interested in it, guys, we might actually see a 1/72 Anson from Airfix. And they've got, well, I say they've got all the research to make the 148 scale. They've got the tooling. I'd imagine it's just a case of shrinking down the tooling a little bit, negating a couple of bits that us 1/72 scale modelers don't actually need. And fingers crossed, we could actually see a 1/72 Anson. That'd be pretty sweet. Like I say, they had a lot of interest over the 2 days of that model. Also saw the big Spitfire that they've got there. That looked quite nice. I know there's like 100,000 different videos on YouTube by various different YouTubers. I think Moss has done a video showing that Spitfire, the brand spanking new 1/24 scale one, I want to say. I think he's been around the factory as well to have a look at where it's made, because it's made in Britain. A lot of the newer Airfix stuff is coming back to Britain to be made, because at the end of the day, it's injection plastic moulding, tooling, plastic, bringing it back over to UK, trying to cut some of the costs down, because obviously climate we're in at the moment, prices are going through the roof. Another little side note, guys, this weekend we are at Worley Model Railway Show again. Not with Baggies, the Trent Valley Model Railway Society that I'm a member of are taking our huge DCC layout that you've seen a video of in these videos before. We're taking that to Worley. A little bit of a work in progress. Twin helixes. We're going to be running like Class 90 37s. If you're at Worley, come and find us. We're near one of the food halls, I believe. I've not organised this. My mate's organised this. So I'm just going along to play trains and leaving little George for a day. So I'm having a day out, and I think he's going down with mum and dad's with the other half. Going garden centre to have a look at all the Christmas decorations because he's slightly obsessed with lights now in his hands. But anyway, that's a little take on Vintage Classic, a little bit of insight on the Airfix answered. Hopefully we get some big surprises out of Airfix with this Vintage Classic range. Like I say, they are saying they've got tools that we think have been destroyed, and we'll be shocked of what they've actually got. Hopefully for a 172nd answer. And guys, I'll see you later.